The village remained under the spell of Shawa's beauty, her radiant presence masking the horrors she inflicted. The whispers of the lost men grew fainter with time, their names fading into the background of village lore. But not everyone forgot. Not everyone was willing to let the darkness go unchecked. One evening, an old woman named Naya, the village's storyteller and keeper of traditions, gathered the children and youths around the fire. She had always been wary of Shawa, sensing something unnatural about her. As the flames crackled, Naya began to speak. Long ago, before our village existed, there was a tale of a creature who fed on the life force of men to maintain her beauty. She was called Ninki Nanka, a being of darkness, disguised as light. She would lure men with her charm, only to consume their essence, leaving behind empty shells. The children listened in awe, their eyes wide. One child, a brave boy named Kofi, raised his hand. Naya, is Shawa the Ninki Nanka? Naya's expression grew solemn. I cannot say for certain, child. But remember this, beauty can be a mask, and not all that glitters is gold. Kofi didn't forget Naya's words. As he grew older, he began to notice the strange patterns in the village, the men who disappeared, the scratches on their skin, the way Shawa never aged. He decided to uncover the truth. Kofi sought out Adisa, the traveler who had once visited the village and left without explanation. Adisa had been searching for answers of his own, haunted by the memory of his brother Kunle, who had vanished after encountering Shawa. When Kofi found Adisa, he shared his suspicions. Shawa is not what she seems, Kofi said. I believe she is the Ninki Nanka from Naya's stories. We must stop her. Adisa's eyes hardened. I've faced creatures like her before. But we'll need more than courage to defeat her. We'll need knowledge. Together, Adisa and Kofi began to research ancient texts and consult with wise men from neighboring villages. They learned that the Ninki Nanka could only be defeated by exposing her true form and destroying the source of her power, the jars of life force she kept hidden. Returning to the village under the cover of darkness, Adisa and Kofi waited until Shawa was alone in her home, then made their move. Adisa carried a dagger made of pure silver, while Kofi held a mirror inscribed with sacred symbols. They entered Shawa's home silently, their hearts pounding. Adisa found the trapdoor beneath the rug and opened it, revealing the rows of glowing jars. Kofi's breath caught in his throat as he saw the names etched on the jars, names of men he had known, men who had vanished without a trace. Before they could act, a voice echoed through the room, "You should have stayed away." Shawa stood in the doorway, her beauty as radiant as ever, but her eyes glowed with a menacing light. Adisa stepped forward, his dagger raised. Your reign of terror ends tonight, Shawa. Shawa laughed, a sound both enchanting and chilling. You think you can defeat me? I am eternal. Adisa didn't respond. He lunged at her, but she moved with inhuman speed, dodging his attack. Kofi held up the mirror, reflecting the light of the moon into her eyes. Shawa screamed, her form flickering as the light disrupted her illusion. Adisa seized the moment, plunging the dagger into her chest. Shawa's body convulsed, dark smoke rising from the wound. The jars beneath the trapdoor shattered, the glowing essence inside escaping into the air. The spirits of the lost men were finally free. As Shawa's body disintegrated into ash, Adisa and Kofi stood in silence, their hearts heavy but their spirits unbroken. The villagers, drawn by the commotion, gathered outside Shawa's home. They watched in awe as the dark smoke dissipated, replaced by a soft, golden light. Adisa emerged, his face grim but determined. Shawa is no more. The men she took have been avenged. The villagers were stunned, their admiration for Shawa replaced by a mix of fear and gratitude. They thanked Adisa and Kofi, but the two knew their work was not done. Soon after, Adisa and Kofi left the village, their mission complete but their journey far from over. They carried with them the memory of the lost men and the knowledge that even the most beautiful illusions could hide the darkest secrets. The villagers erected a monument in honor of the lost men, their names etched in stone as a reminder of the cost of ignorance. Naya continued to tell the story of the Ninki Nanka, ensuring that future generations would never forget. As for Adisa and Kofi, they became legends in their own right, their tail spreading far and wide. They continued to hunt the creatures of darkness, their bond unbreakable, their purpose clear. And if only they knew, they would never be deceived again.